Hi everyone, I'm Sharlene and I'm the Digital Marketing Executive and Content Creator for Lamazi Fabrics. I work remotely in Ireland and I am also a sewing teacher and teach all of the workshops over in Lamazi as well. So today I am going to be talking you through lots of lovely wool fabrics. I am so excited about this. There is a new blog post over on the website as well with loads of information about wool. We are covering how to treat your wool. We do have a video tutorial as well on YouTube. I'll link that down below, but if you go back a few videos, you'll see it. We're talking about the different types of wool and then lots of pattern recommendations for what you can make with it. Wool seems to be one of these things, and I've asked my students, I've asked my friends who sew as well. You know, it's one of those fabrics some people seem to avoid working with, and personally I can't understand why. It is a beautiful fabric to work with. It is so well behaved. I can't describe how satisfying it is to work with and to sew with and even to wear. I'm not sure if it maybe has that reputation. I think some wools can be quite scratchy, but the majority of wools that you wear won't be. That sort of scratchier wool probably would have been used more maybe historically or in sort of not as much in modern garments. So a lot of like sort of that countryside blazer jacket sort of style of garment would be made from heavier wools, but that was due to the the purpose of the garment. They had to be warm, they had to be well worn, they had to be sturdy. But I think a lot of the wools, and especially these wools that we have, are just so gorgeous. It's more that suiting weight and for coats, and they're just so lovely. And yeah, I just absolutely love this fabric. I think also one of the issues people maybe have is with pre-treating their wool, so it can shrink. I have heard a few stories of people putting, say, a wool coat into the washing machine and it's come out in children's size. So it does. You do need to be really careful with it, but at the same time, if you treat it right, so we have a tutorial, as I've said, about how to pre-shrink your wool before you start sewing with it or cutting it. And there's also a description over in the blog post. But once you have made your garment in it, wool is, because it's a natural fibre, it's breathable, so it's antibacterial. There is lanolin wax inside the fibres, which actually kills bacteria when it comes into contact with it. So in reality, when you have made your garment, generally they won't need washed as much as other garments will. They're breathable. They're just lovely. So I am actually wearing a pair of Bella Loves Patterns Billy trousers, which I made maybe a year and a half ago now, and they've never been washed. So they get spot cleaned when there's a mark on them, and I will give them a quick spray and put them out in the line whenever they need aired out, and that's it. That's all they need. They don't smell. They don't even any wee marks that do get on them, any wee bits of dirt, wash off straight away without affecting the fibres. So it's the sort of fabric, it's actually, once you have cared for it at the start, it's easy to care for it later on. So as I say, these are trousers. I wear these so often, and I know it can sound a bit yuck when you think about the fact that I haven't washed them, but they genuinely do not need washed as much as a lot of other garments and a lot of other fibres. The likes of coats and blazers, generally you don't wash them that much anyway. If you have to, you leave them to dry cleaners. That's sort of like a standard. So yeah, when it comes to caring for them after you've made the garment, it's actually very easy. And wool fibres are so strong, and your wool garments will stand the test of time. I mean, as I say, I wear these trousers so much in all types of weather too. I would wear them. They're great for like a warmer autumn day or whenever it's colder during the winter. They are wide legged, so as long as it's not raining, I can wear them. It has to be dry. That's the only thing. That goes for all wide leg trousers. So yeah, they are really lovely. And as I say, they've held up really well. They're as good as the day I made them. So I have a selection of wools here. We've sort of tried to cover a lot of the different types of wool that we have, and different weights. So it's generally separated into suiting weight and coating weight. So the coating weight is going to be the heavier type for coats and jackets, whereas suiting weight has a wee bit more versatility. You can use it for trousers, skirts, dresses, jackets, maybe even like a trench coat or a lighter weight jacket. So we will start with this one, and I'm going to just make sure I have all of the names right. So this is the Deadstock Pure Wool Herringbone Tweed in Burgundy, and I will link all the individual fabrics as well as our wool section below. So this one, I hope this light is going to be okay. It's not too bright, it's not too dark, hopefully. So this one has been woven with a burgundy and a black fibre, which you can see. You can see the black here along the selvage. So it has that really, really deep burgundy shade and the herringbone sort of arrow design. It is soft, and it's quite, it would be on the heavier side of the suiting weight. So this one, my mum has actually picked this one. I got it for her. She is going to make trousers with it. I have a pair of trousers from last year made in like a navy herringbone wool, and I would say it's a similar weight to that. So this pair of Billy trousers I've made are in a wool crepe, so it's quite drapey, whereas the other ones would have a wee bit more stiffness. Both gorgeous, both lovely. This one is possibly not as smooth as the others. I think I could wear it no problem, but then some people are sensitive to wool. But if you were, you could just line the top half of your trousers. It would be perfect for pencil skirts or like we pinafore dresses or shift dresses or blazers. A blazer in this would be gorgeous, really, really lovely. So yeah, this one, the colour is like, the burgundy nearly has like a magenta undertone. It's that really, really vibrant, strong pink, and it's gorgeous. It's really, really lovely. So yeah, that one, as I say, would be on the slightly heavier end of the suiting weights. So then next up, we have, I'm going to actually show you, so we do have a little bit of this left. I think we have a remnant of this colour, and we also have a slightly different shade of grey as well. So I am currently making the Billy trousers by Bella Loves Patterns in another wool crepe. I have the two legs done and just need to put them together and add the zip and the waistband. So I'm really, really excited about getting these made. As I say, I wear my black purse so often, so it'll be nice to have another colour in them. And the finish on these is absolutely gorgeous. The pockets are bias bound, the crotch seam will be bias bound, the waistband has a bias finish. They're just gorgeous. So yeah, I can't wait to get these finished. So that's a wool crepe, and you can see there it has a really lovely drape and movement. It is beautiful. I mean, most people, when I tell them that my trousers are wool, they don't actually believe me, because it doesn't feel like wool at all. It has a really, really lovely feel. So then the next one is going to have a sort of similar weight, and I have two. So this one's from last year and this one is from this year. This is, I possibly mentioned this in my last video. This is the navy wool flannel. Oh my goodness. So obviously cotton flannel is quite a sort of common fabric, especially this time of the year, especially like the checked flannel shirts and that sort of thing, and pajamas, perfect for pajamas. But it originally was made in wool, and I think from what I've researched, its history is based in Wales, I think. I'm not sure if I've got that right or not, but obviously with in the past, making it from wool was going to be so much more insulating and just harder wearing than cotton, and wool is an older fibre anyway. Oh, I love this. Oh my goodness, it just is, oh, it feels Amazing. So the wool flannel is, it starts off as just a tightly woven plain weave. I think actually this one is maybe a twill weave. You can see a very faint twill, and then it is turned into flannel by the same process as the cotton flannel. It's napped, so it's sort of brushed, and it gives it that softer sort of hairy feel. And so I just, oh my goodness, I mean, the drape of this, it is just amazing, and it's a really, really deep navy. And yeah, it is just absolutely gorgeous. It is such a lovely fabric. We now have a chocolate brown wool flannel as well, which I don't be surprised if it's in my next video. Absolutely just gorgeous. This is going to be another pair of Billy trousers, so I will have my navy, my black, and my dark grey, so I'd be sorted with my wide leg trousers. And honestly, it just feels so nice. You could make nearly anything in this. Trousers, shirts, skirts, dresses, jumpsuits. A jumpsuit would be lovely. You could possibly, if you were to make a blazer, it would definitely be on the lighter weight drapier side. I would say it's more for, once it's interfaced, it would work, but for this drape and movement, you want something that's going to really show that off. And it just, honestly, it looks so luxurious. So the wools are mostly in around £20 a metre. This one's £21 a metre. The Burgundy was £22 a metre. For this quality of fabric, it's a steal, honestly. It is really amazing value for what you're getting. I mean, this is just amazing. You would, if you wear this, you're not going to want to take it off. It is so lovely and has a really gorgeous sheen. One of the things that we've mentioned in the blog is how versatile wool is, and the only other fibre really that has that same versatility would be cotton. As you can see, when it's in its sort of most luxurious drapey form, like a maxi dress in this for evening wear would be stunning. I mean, there's no reason why you couldn't wear it like that. Then you have your coating weights for outerwear. You've got the heavier suiting weights for trousers and jackets. And you can even get you can go lighter weight than this again and have like a wool gauze. Or obviously then you've got your knitted wool fabric. So there is so many things that you can make with wool. And it is such, as I've mentioned, it's such a lovely fibre to wear and to care for as well. So yes, as I say, this is my grey wool flannel from last year. We don't have this one in stock, but they are, you can see from both of them there, they do have that really gorgeous finish to them. And this one has been pre-shrunk and hasn't changed. Like this one actually has a slightly lighter fibre running through it too, so it's nearly like a melange effect. But yeah, they both have that really lovely sheen to them. They're just gorgeous. I'm so excited to get these made. I'm going to run out of space. So then we have one more lighter weight. I'm going to go this way. So this one here is our Deadstock Pure Wool Puppytooth check sitting fabric. So it is, I mean, when I was picking fabrics, wool fabrics, I could have had them all. There's just so many that I love. And we didn't even have them all online at the time when I was picking. So yeah, there's even more lovely ones. So this is that small sort of houndstooth print. It is a plain weave, and it's woven with the different coloured yarn. So it's all yarn dyed first, and then it's woven to create this pattern. So different yarns are at the front, and let's see, yeah, it's gorgeous, really lovely. So it's grey or beige, and then like a, I'm not sure, it's quite black, it's very dark, or brown or black, and then there's this sort of golden brown and deep red check running through it, and it's lovely. Let's see, wee bit more structure than the flannel, just slightly. So I would say trousers, skirts, jackets. You could make like a shacket in this, that would be really, really nice. Dresses, jumpsuits, loads of things you can make in this one too. Suiting weight, so not as suitable for the likes of heavier winter coats, but definitely blazers. A blazer would be gorgeous in this, or a shacket. I'm not sure what I'm going to make yet. I don't know, maybe trousers, possibly trousers, or a blazer. I think a blazer or a jacket would be really lovely in it. If I was to make a blazer, I would make the Bella Loves Patterns Fran blazer. I've made 2 and I really love it. It's really, really nice make. We have lots of different pattern suggestions over in the blog, and we've separated them into abilities. So if you're a beginner and you want to try sewing with wool, we've got some really easy projects and projects that only take a small amount of fabric. I think that's one of the other things maybe about wool. When you think of wool, you think of coats and blazers and tailoring, and those projects can be quite daunting and intimidating whenever you're only just starting out. But a pencil skirt would be amazing in any of these suiting made fabrics, and it's a fairly quick and easy project. So we do have things like that mixed in as well. But if you want to really get into the tailoring side of things and the more sort of higher end finishes, I would definitely recommend Bella's Patterns, Bella Loves Patterns. She has so much experience and she pours all of that into her instructions, and you will learn so much from them. So I would say, yeah, if not, I think I wouldn't go for another pair of wide leg trousers. Maybe Vivian Sao Chen has a new pair coming out. They are the Georgia trousers. I've tested them and they're slightly narrower leg. Or Bella has a slimmer pair of trousers that have just come out called Neta, I think. I'll link them below. That could be another option. I'm not too sure yet. So yeah, trousers or a jacket. I think a jacket would be really, really nice. My Fran blazer that I've already made is actually in like a brown check, so I think I'll have to go for something slightly different. So yeah, probably trousers, or I might think about a shacket in this. Then next up we have this one. So this is just a sample, and it is made in England by Arthur Harrison. So I did have a wee look at their website and they have some gorgeous fabrics. So this one is like a lightweight coating fabric. Leanna said it feels like a trench coat fabric, and I think she's absolutely spot on with that. It has that sort of like a nearly like a waterproof finish to it. It's not actually waterproof, although wool does have some waterproof qualities, providing it has been pre-shrunk and it doesn't shrink in the rain. But yeah, I remember growing up, one of my best friends always used to say, you know, why don't sheep shrink when it rains? Because obviously the wool has come from the sheep, and their fur or their wool doesn't shrink whenever it rains. So yeah, there are some properties of wool that actually make it a little bit water resistant. But yeah, there's a website I found, and I'll pop the link in below in case any of you do want to have a wee read about it. And it's linked in the blog too. But this fabric, so it is a twill weave. It's like a golden olivey brown sort of a shade with then black woven through it as well. And yeah, it's really lovely. Feels, yeah, a trench coat in this would be perfect. It is exactly the type of fabric you would want for that. So it has that wee bit of structure. It's not just as drapey and feels a bit more crisp. So yeah, really nice. And this one is called Deadstock Olive Brown Lightweight Wool Coating, and is £22 a metre. So yeah, and I love when the wool comes in with the name written on the selvage. I just think it makes it look so much more expensive and luxurious. Then the next one here is another wee sample, and again, this is one, if you see this in one of my next videos with my new fabrics, don't be surprised. This is our Deadstock black with white check wool blend boucle. It is so soft. It just feels so nice. So boucle is when the yarn has been like knotted, so it has that like sort of a nubby, loopy sort of a texture, and then that's woven together. So that's why you have this really lovely raised texture. This one is pure wool. You can get a lot of them, like the Chanel style fabrics, which have like the ribbon or sequins or different kind of yarns woven through them, and we have at least one of those on the website, but this one is just pure wool. So there's those two different types, but the boucle is sort of signifying that the wool has that knotted effect. And yeah, how gorgeous would this be in a skirt and jacket, like a wee Chanel set? It would be so lovely. Or I think it is quite a light weave, or quite a loose weave, so I think if it was interfaced as a blazer, it would actually be lovely. Like a longer, or maybe a blazer dress would be so nice in it, or a wee pinafore dress would be really cute in this too. I can see so many things in this. It's gorgeous and it feels so soft. It's really lovely. Like a coatigan sort of a style, so that loose lightweight coat that's nearly like a cardigan, that would be amazing. So nice. It is, you can see it's quite a loose weave. You can see here where the yarn is like all knotted and twisted. You will need to think about how you finish it, so either overlocked or bound. I would say go for some sort of bound seam if you can't overlock it. I don't think a zigzag or even pick and shears would work with this. So yeah, one thing to consider. And then another wee sample here is the Deadstock Herringbone check on forest green soft wool tweed coating. So this is like that traditional sort of countryside blazer, that like heritage sort of look. Yeah, so it's a dark green, it's nearly like a navy and a khaki in the herringbone weave in the background there, and then there's this orange check that runs through it too. It is lovely. It's really nice. So yeah, slightly, so we've one more coating weight to show after this. It's slightly lighter than that, so I would say jackets, blazers, accessories, a wee hat or something in this would be lovely, or a bag. Yeah, and it has that traditional sort of feel to it. So tweed means that the fibres are textured, so, and you can feel it just has that wee bit more weight and body than the likes of the suiting, which is quite loose and drapey. And so yeah, that's why it would be that wee bit thicker and more suitable for the heavier weight garments like coats and blazers and jackets. You could possibly do a more structured skirt, but it would have to be lined then, because you wouldn't want this against your skin. It wouldn't be suitable for that. So anything more close fitting, I would say it needs a lining. But yeah, it's lovely. Really nice. I could definitely see this as a blazer with like the suede or leather elbow patches. It would be pretty cool. Or I actually think as a wee like pencil skirt, a wee short pencil skirt with black tights, black jumper, boots, would be really lovely. I think there's just over 1/2 meter here. I might actually be able to squeeze a skirt out of it. It could be a wee challenge for me. And then the last one, now I said no more coats this year. I have so many coats, but I can't resist them. So this is our Deadstock Herringbone Soft Wool Tweed Coating. Oh, it is so soft. This fabric is amazing. I'm so happy I got this. So I don't have a brown coat. That's what I'm saying. So we have the herringbone wave, which has these like the arrows sort of pointing down, and it's in 2 different shades of brown. There's the dark brown and the lighter brown, and it feels so soft. It is so squishy. It feels so lovely. And yeah, I have 3.5 meters, and it's going to be a coat. I don't know if it's going to be. It'll probably be a Bella Loves Patterns coat. Either the Grace coat, which I made last year, or the Traveller coat. I do have a Traveller coat half cut out from 2 years ago, which I should probably finish first. But yeah, oh, it's lovely. I love this colour. Really nice, really rich looking. Yeah, it'll be a lovely coat, and yeah, so soft. Really, really nice. A coat, and this is going to be gorgeous. Yeah, maybe squeeze it. It feels so nice. So yeah, I just, if you can't tell by now from watching this video, I just love sewing with wool. Yeah, especially for the likes of, I do really like making trousers and jackets and blazers. I love those sort of more in-depth projects, and it works so well. It presses so well. It holds a structure so well, or drapes really beautifully. It's just such a nice fabric to work with. So yeah, if you have any questions, please pop them in the comments down below. Be happy to answer them. If you've made anything with wool before, let us know what you've made, or if you're planning to make anything this year, let us know as well, so that we can get some more inspiration for patterns that you can use. And yeah, that's it for the wool content. The other thing I'm just going to quickly share is we have the new collection from Neta Hansen. So obviously the wool fabrics are all quite neutral and sort of earthy tones, or the cooler greys and navies. If you need some colour and some vibrancy, the new collection from Neta Hansen is now in the studio and online, and it is so happy. It is just the most vibrant and joyful colours and prints, and we've jerseys, French terries, viscose, cottons, cotton poplin, cotton sateen. So yeah, so many different fibres, so many different bases that you can pick from, and really, really gorgeous prints. So I'll pop the link for the new arrivals. I think there's nearly 80 different fabrics, so loads to choose from, and yeah, I'll pop the link to that down below. We have also linked on all of our wool fabrics suitable lining fabrics as well. So we have our Elegance Viscose Poplin, which is just a lightweight, slinky or silky viscose in plain colours with loads of different colours. If you're not sure which one you want, you can drop us a message, or I think there's the option to just pick a matching one, and if you let us know, we can pick one that's suitable for your fabric. There's also our Viscose Sateens, which are lovely, and I'm actually going to get the watercolor dots. It's like a brown and black and grey dot fabric, spotty fabric, quite big dots. I'm going to use it, I think, to line this. I think it'd be lovely. I love, for blazers and coats, I love to have a fun lining in them. I just think it makes it so much more personal. And if you're going to that hassle, and if you're going to all that effort and all that, put all that time into making a coat, I think you want to make it really unique and personal. For the likes of the wee sort of Chanel jackets, I would usually stick with a plain lining. That's just my personal preference. So yeah, I'm going to pick a nice fun lining for this as well. And yeah, that's everything. As I say, if you have any questions, let us know. And I hope everyone is keeping well and having a lovely weekend. And I will chat to you all soon. Bye.